Hi, it's David with FreeUp again. In this video, I'm going to show you how to create calendars. Now, if you haven't gone through the quick start training and connected your calendar, stop this video right now and go back and make sure you've watched the quick start trainings to get your calendar set up. Otherwise, this will make no sense to you. All right, so what you want to do is head over to your calendars on the left side. And I already have my calendar set. So when you have calendars created, you can see what calendars. So if I want to hit this one here, I can see what's been blocked out, which is fantastic. So if you want to create a new calendar, you go to Calendars, Create Calendar. Now most of these, especially if it's just an individual person or if you want them to come to you, you go to Simple Calendar. These are going to be good and it tells you exactly what it should be used for, but I use strictly Simple Calendar. So you want to call it something. You can add a description, which I'd recommend because this is what's seen by the people that sign up for it. Custom URL, test. There you go. Finally got one that's not taken. There you can set how long do you want your meeting durations to be. Minutes, hours, all that fun stuff. Booking availability. So most people have it Monday through Friday, especially if you're a business with normal business hours. This is where you're going to set up your calendars where people can book online appointments with your company. You set your business hours. There you go. Fantastic. The nice thing is people can book appointments they can set appointments on your calendar 24 hours a day, but only for the times available that you set. Meeting location, that's probably where you're going to, if there is one. Office. Event settings, I always like to open that up. So this is where you can customize your, so if you have a logo, we'll just slap up any sort of little. So there's the calendar logo, calendars, all that's been done. Then you go to the availability. So this is where you can set up. So if you don't want to be open 8 to 5 every day, you can change that however you want to. Also, just so you know, that whatever calendar you connect this with, if you already have an appointment at, let's say, 8:30, when somebody wants to book at 8:30, it won't show up. So that's why you connect your calendars, because that'll prevent any overbooking over anything like that. And so people can only book with available times. This works fantastic. I use this for my real estate business. So if people want to book an online business review, I have it with my normal Gmail calendar. And if there's time open in my calendar, they can book it, which is really cool. Meeting intervals, meeting duration again. I like to have a minimum scheduling notice, especially if you're a company that, likes to know what's happening the next day. Do 1 day, or you can do hours or however you want to. Buffer time. This is how many minutes do you need between appointments. So if you're one of those that's, boom, 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 the months of back to back to back, great. But if you have to do any traveling, if you have to do any setup, this is where you put your buffer time in. Let's say, 10 minutes of buffer time. So that'll show up on your calendar so people can't, book over your buffer time. Forms and payment. So yes, if you are taking any payments and stuff like that, that's where you put it here. If you accept payments, you click that. You set the amounts, description, notifications, and additional options. So this is what I like. Acknowledgement email. Who should receive this notification? Of course, the contact. And then email. So I always put in my email here. So then when that gets sent, I get notified that somebody booked too. If you're using Google Calendar, click this. It allows Google Calendar to send invitation or update emails to attendees. This is great. So make sure that's on if you're using Google, and you should be. Connections. This is where if you need to have your calendar set up. So boom, we'll use that calendar. I don't have access because that's my wife's calendar. Sync, I just typically do it one way. That's just me, but you can Google and learn if there's a better way. And if you haven't a calendar, you can set up your external calendar, but I'm not going to go through that here because the whole video over here on the left side, the quick start, will go over that. And then customization. So this is if you want to have a cover image or whatever you want. Allow cancellation, reschedule. So once this is all done, you hit save. So now I've created a calendar and it's going to show up here. There's test. And if you want to see what it looks like, I always recommend you test it. So you copy scheduling link and we'll post it in the Google. And there it is. So it's finding available slots and it's looking on my calendar. So there we go. And that's the test. That's the description I put in, the duration. So if I want to go into the 12th, I can see the times. I can go to 11 o'clock, for example. And then what it's going to do, it's going to continue. And this is where the person signs in. So this is a great way to get people to register, get appointments set up. It's hands off, and then you just get notified. So this really takes place as a front desk. And also the cool thing is when you have this system, you can add these calendars into your website, into a landing page, into an email, so that right off your website, someone can go and book appointments. And that is so much powerful. So if you're a company that needs booking appointments and you're tired of people calling you, there you go. This is a great way of setting that up. So that is how to create calendars.